Hello, everyone. This is WJHS 91.5. A treat today. It is a Coach's Corner, a throwback to the 90s, the 80s, when all of the coaches would get together at Columbia City and just talk shop. Today, I'm actually going to have you introduce yourself because I don't know your history, what's your name, what do you do here, what's your philosophy, what's your favorite color, ice cream, and maybe also, how long have you been with Columbia City, first and foremost? I guess we should start there.
Well, my name is Amy Shearer. I'm the girls varsity basketball coach here at Columbia City High School. And, I've been in Columbia City most all of my life. I grew up here. I went to school at the old Columbia City Joint High School. That's where I graduated from. And played high school basketball for Wayne Krieger and was fortunate enough to get a college scholarship. So I went to the University of Evansville, Division I school, and played basketball there. It was a great experience for me. And when I got out of college, I took my first coaching job at a school by the name of Gibson Southern High School, and I taught in a K-8 building, Owensville Community School. That was interesting. I really enjoyed the K-8 school. I taught.
It feels like a craziness. Wonderful to have you in the studio. Yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I coached there for about 3 years, and then went to Huntington North for 5, and then had an opportunity to come back here to Columbia City. So I've been here since about 2001, I believe. Maybe 2002.
So do you remember Y2K here?
Oh, I remember that. I remember when I lived in Cherubusco and that was all going on.
Okay. So you were definitely here then. That's my time marker in my head, Y2K. Everybody under 18 is going, what is Y2K? Yeah. Google it. It'll be fun.
You'll know what that is.
I'm so thankful we could have you in the studio today. You've lived and worked basketball. I was just complimenting you before we got the show going here about how I love the student athletes, your girls, how they seem to be, I don't know, they're more adults than the average student. They're capable. They seem to provide guiding hands to others. And I just wanted to compliment you on that, both off the air and on the air. But I wanted to chat with you today about what's on the way for the team, what's on the way for both on the community side. Do we have any fundraisers or events happening? And what are we looking at for this upcoming season? And what can we expect from Columbia City basketball from you being at the helm?
Well, we're looking forward to another quality year this year. We graduate a fabulous group of seniors. We graduate about 70% of our scoring production and some tremendous defenders. Just the 4 seniors that played together for us as seniors were together ever since I started them in 4th grade. And we start working with our kids in our Junior Lady Eagle program, like with teams and coaching them, et cetera, when they're in 4th grade all the way through up till they get into high school, to try to develop that student athlete mentality, the drive to do your personal best, but also you need to be a team player and buy in to what the overall basketball program is all about. Our program doesn't revolve around one person, not one coach, not one player, not one family. It is truly about the basketball program and how that represents our school and our community. So moving forward from graduating, Kendra Sheets, Molly Baker, Tessa Tonko, and Faith Fry, we have a few kids who got significant varsity minutes last year. Addie Baxter will be back for her senior year. Addie's a tremendous player. She's about the university commit. She averaged about 17 to 18 points for us last year, so she'll be a senior. She has a couple other seniors coming along with her that have been in our program for a long time. Lainey Ziliak will remain with her, and Olivia Kidd. Lainey got significant varsity experience last year. Olivia got some varsity experience. And then we also had 2 kids come in this summer. Grace Nelson was a homeschool player for the Whitley Warriors.
Okay, so new face, new blood.
Yep.
Gotcha.
She ran track for Columbia City last year in the spring. So she's been here at Columbia City, but going to come out for basketball her senior year. She's played, and I've known her since she was a young kid. Actually, I knew her through church and through Vacation Bible School. We also had another girl come this summer. Her name is Leah Hurdle. She's coming from Huntington North. Last year in the winter, she did gymnastics and is playing basketball this year. She's not a stranger to the basketball court, though. She has played, off and on. She's played some high school basketball. So those kids are just tremendous athletes, but just really good kids that fit the type of student athlete that we like to have here at Columbia City.
Can I pause and ask you a question right there? Because it went by so quickly. Did you say you started some of these girls in 4th grade?
That's accurate.
I heard that right.
Yes.
How many people, because it's not just you, that get credit for these young ladies growing up? Of course, there's you, assistant coaches.
Correct.
There's of course, I call them team managers. I believe that's the student title. But
Yes.
going from the high school through into the middle school and
Mhm.
all the way down, how many people are involved that you, I guess, organize? You are the coach, yes, but
Right.
I guess seeing your effects on these students in the classroom and in across schools,
Mhm.
how many people are involved
Uh,
on your ship?
A plethora.
A
There are a plethora of
There's
people.
too many. There's too many.
You can never have too many quality people involved with your program. And, I always use the pronoun our. This is
Mhm.
our program. It's not my program, it's our program. I have my assistant coach, Jenny Zorger, has been with me since I've been the varsity head coach here. She came from Huntington. I knew her from back in the day. She was a senior when I was like a freshman in high school playing basketball. So I remember her during our playing time. Um, currently I've got Carly Blake as my freshman coach. Brandon Marshall was with us for a number of years as my JV coach. And it's not just the high school staff that pours into them. We have, my middle school coaches, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade coaches. There's been many people involved, just to name a few names. I got Chad and Gina Johnson. They're currently helping. Todd Fry has spent a number of years working with kids. Gary Harris has spent a number of years working with kids. Ben Bunyan has been very instrumental in our program, helping us. And then I have all my junior Lady Eagle coaches also. So it takes a lot of people that invest a lot of time to build a program.
Everyone contributes.
Everybody contributes.
That's beautiful. See, I was just wondering if you had a number in your head, if it was 20 or 30 people that are hands-on involved. Okay, so we've kind of talked about this upcoming, what to expect, future events maybe, moments from this past year, and kind of how the team is going to be transitioning with a couple of new students, not from Columbia City. We talked about the growth of the team. What do you see as a coach that your practices will be focused on this year, just to get right into it? What is training going to be more concentrating on? We create general athletes, yes, but what is there some insights that we want to get to Coach Amy's insight into what as something that you see as a need of the team this year?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go back a little bit and reteach or first time teach a lot of different things, a lot of different nuances with our defense and our offenses. When you graduate 4 seniors, and one of which, Kendra Sheets, was a 4-year starter at the varsity level. Molly Baker played 3 years varsity. So did Tessa Tonkel, and Faith Fry played 2 years varsity. And they're gone.
Great.
So
watching
now
the team.
we've got 2 new seniors coming in. We do have a couple of juniors that got significant minutes last year. Anissa Tonkel put up an average about 7-8 points for us in varsity ball games. Tora Holler also got varsity minutes, but this is a completely new team. We have 1 starter remaining on the team. We have new faces, so we will have to step back, and we did that this summer through all of June with all the work that we did. Go through some more of the drill work to teach those small nuances again with our offenses and defenses, and that's where we're not going to just hit the ground running. October, I don't know if it's 21st, like that's the first day we can practice, but yeah, we're going to have to step back and just like in the classroom, just do a little bit of reteaching and get people on the same page. The same intangibles will still be there. Like we are constantly on kids about the communication piece. Like you have to communicate to be successful in every facet of your life. The team buy-in, the we over me idea that we have talked about for years and years and years. And you have to support your teammates and, just being a leader in multiple facets of your life. So all those intangibles also go into our practices.
Starting from 4th grade versus bringing in a new member from homeschool or another school district, I imagine there is a lot of legwork that you see it like, oh, shoot, they don't know about this, or they don't know about this phraseology that we use, or however. I imagine that'll be both a challenge, but also an opportunity for new energy. And if someone has that buy-in that clicks with them and the team, that's got to be exciting for yourself. Question: how do you know when it's time to move on in practice? What is it that you look forward to coaching once you cover those fundamentals? What is something that you go, okay, we're in the season, we're kind of in the flow, we're in the jive, we can focus towards this? Is it more shooting practice? Is it more you do set pieces where, inbound on the sideline near the end of the court? What is it that you maybe see as like, okay, we're done recapping, we're done going backwards, brushing up, and now we get to grow again as a team. What is that gets you excited, Amy?
I would say just the kids being able to self-regulate.
Oh,
There's just like in any sport, there are so many different things that go into the nuances with offenses or defenses and whatnot. So just like in, let's just say math or reading, like you start with the basics. And then when that skill is attained, then you go to the next and you go to the next. And sometimes you go back and have to reteach. We may sit and watch a game film and like, okay, we didn't do very well at this. So we try to, some kids are visual learners. So we try to point things out visually. Some kids are bodily kinesthetic. So we physically show them, okay, this is where these people need to be, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, just that self-regulation where kids can kind of manage themselves, where you have coaches, quote unquote, on the court that are also players.
Yeah.
That's where you want your team to be. So they know what to do, they know what's expected, and that's very satisfying as a coach when you have kids that can do that.
Your answer was unexpected, but at the same time, perfect. I love that answer. I would agree. In the classroom, the self-regulating student is amazing to have. And in some ways, just kind of, you get to go from being a coach or a teacher to sitting back and going kind of, just for that moment. Wonderful answer. Okay, two things, I guess, and then I appreciate your time in the studio. We'll wrap up with, do you have any notes or anything? Often coaches don't get to talk with the fans. Of course, Columbia City, they love the teams, they love our students. Anything you would like to get out to the fans this year? Or in response to last year, or thank yous, or anything down those lines?
I just think our fan base and our supporters are just absolutely incredible. We had if I could just focus on the Hall of Fame tournament for a moment.
Yeah, please do.
To win that tournament, we go into that against, the top teams in the state. Like every team has a D1 player on, like a high profile Division I kid playing on that team. The teams are outstanding, we just want to go in, like we go to win every ball game, but we are outsized every ball game that we play in, especially in that tournament. But the fan base that came to watch that, and then we took a fan bus. Like I had my middle school coaches help out with us. I'm like, hey, let's get every middle school kid.
Took a fan bus.
Yeah, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all our Junior Lady Eagle players. Any kid that wants to go, we are loading that bus up and having a huge student section down there. And it was just, I can't explain the feeling of seeing all those Columbia City people down there at that tournament. It was just fabulous. Our fans travel very well. They're very loyal. Those businesses and individuals that support us with monetary donations also to help offset costs for like shoes and travel gear, and it actually allow us to travel. We are going for a second year in a row during Thanksgiving break down to Brownsburg to play in what's called the Sneakers for Santa event. So I just want to plug that again. This event collects shoes for Samaritan's Feet, and we're probably gonna have collection bins out starting at our football games where we sell pork burgers. So that's our big fundraiser. Most people know that girls basketball sells those pork burgers. So if you have athletic shoes that are not being worn, your kids have outgrown them, you don't know what to do with them, they're gently worn, consider donating those to us for that event. Samaritan's Feet, you can find that on the internet. It's a fabulous organization. So we try to take a box full of shoes there, but just the support of our community is fabulous. And we talk to our kids all the time about giving back, and our kids are involved through multiple events throughout the year of giving back. We have organized Shop with a Lady Eagle, where we take some kids in the community that aren't privileged, and we go to Walmart and we Christmas shop for necessities. Yeah, I'm talking like underwear, socks, winter cut, like things that kids need. We have helped the Miami Village Education Center by donating like coats and food and different things out there. We've made senior packs for Whitley County Council on Aging. Last year we helped out the Whitley County, well, it wasn't just Whitley County, the American Cancer Society. We do a lot of different things.
I was going to ask you to brag on your team, but you're already you're there. And this isn't a brag. This is the phrase I like to use in my classroom and in my own life is credit where credit is due. And I did not realize a number of those things that, and I'll be sure to the Brownsburg Sneakers for Santa. I'm
Yes.
looking that up right now. I'll be sure to share that on WJHS. But if you want to look it up yourself, Sneakers for Santa, of course, be looking for more information if you want to be involved. Fundraising for the basketball team themselves, ourselves, the basketball
we have
team.
sponsorship levels that businesses and individuals can donate to as well.
Please do reach out with that. Happy to connect you there. I said I'd have you in the studio a couple minutes here. Anything that you would like to brag on that we haven't already brought up, Amy? You don't have to. I think the girls speak for themselves. If I may, I think you're helping them be young women. And I don't think there's a finer, shorter way to put it.
I also would like to also mention that there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time to help grow this program to where it is. And I mean, there's so many people to even name. Like, there's a lot of people that know, yep, I've helped out with Junior Lady Eagles. I've helped out with our youth basketball league. I've coached at middle school. I've helped at the high school level, et cetera, et cetera. I've helped on our practice squad. So we have boys that are on our practice squad that scrimmage against our kids. I have people that help coach the practice squad. You know, when they talk about, I know it's cliche, you know, it takes a village. You know, that cliche has been on for a long time, but it does take a lot of people who are invested and who are bought in and have the same goals to make a program successful. And one person can't do it by themselves. So I do appreciate those people that do sacrifice and invest their time to help our kids just be great student athletes.
This has been Coach's Corner, July 2024, talking with, of course, head basketball coach Amy Shearer at Columbia City High School. Wonderful to have you in the studio today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Perhaps we should do this again sometime in the future.